Morning guys. I've just gone for a walk and I thought I'd do a video. Reason being, I'm currently on bail for police bail for an alleged offence of threatening somebody with an offensive weapon in the street. This offence carries a minimum term of 6 months. I have some bail restrictions due to the person who I allegedly threatened. Anyway, those bail restrictions mean that I can't go far from my house, or the certain areas that I can't travel to close to my house. So I just thought I'd go for a bit of a walk and show you where I am allowed to walk. I live just back there on Middle White Close in Ormsgill in Barrow. I've been there for a few years now, about 4 years. Prior to that, I lived just down the road here. It isn't far, just like a cutting that takes me through to the street where I used to live. Now, when I lived on that street, there was a horrific incident that happened regarding my grandson. He was 6 months old at the time. His the monster that was supposed to care for him was, oh no, I'll never call this human. You've got to be human first to be called he or him or a man. You've got to be human first, and he's not human. You don't do these sort of things. Anyway, I digress. What happened was he caused injuries so severe to my grandson that my grandson has since had his left eye almost fully removed and now has to wear a prosthetic, along with other injuries that he caused. Now, it's a nice area that we live in. In fact, when the offence happened, I lived right here in the house just behind me. One of the houses just behind me there. A nice area, lovely place to live. Anyway, you have to excuse the camera work. I've got a new gimbal, which makes it quite difficult. I'm not used to it. Anyway, there's certain streets I'm not allowed to go in at the moment, but this is like sort of the perimeter of where I'm allowed. This takes me down to the main road in Barrow here, which is about in Ormsgill, which is Park Road. Anyway, so I'm limited to where I can go now. But this is a nice street, nice area. I can't go up that way. There's a certain area I'm not allowed to go to. So I'm just going to walk the perimeter anyway, because I feel that I'm allowed, I won't mention this person's name because I'm also not allowed to contact him. So I guess that if I'm not allowed to contact it, not that I'd ever want to. I am organising a demonstration, for any patriots out there and anyone who doesn't like child offenders, child abusers. The details will be there soon, very soon, because the sooner we organise a demo the better, obviously, in these situations. It's a nice stroll though, it's a nice day for a walk, So I can't walk that way. I have to cross over the main road here, and I'm not allowed within certain areas. So I'll cross over here, and I'm allowed to be on this side of the road. I'm allowed to be on this side of the road. So I'm What a nice day. You know, people always moan about Barrow, or it gets some bad press sometimes. I love it. You know, if it wasn't for the wrong uns and the problems we've had here, I think it'd be a fantastic place. You know, it still is a fantastic place, but we need to get rid of the scum on the streets almost, you know, because that's definitely a problem at the moment. When an abuser of a child can get a 4-year sentence for blinding a 6-month-old baby, a 6-month sentence, then surely there's something wrong with the system. He served 2 years in jail, and now, well, he's out. He's been out for 5 years. So, I've had to go down on the main road because I'm not allowed to walk on the other side of the road down there. But I can walk here. Excuse me. Camera work again. So, I can't walk on that side of the road. But I can walk on this side of the road. I can't walk up here. I'm not allowed to walk up here, but I can walk down here. It's alright, love, you're not on camera, sorry. So, yeah, so there's an abuser that lives very, very close by. I believe that people aren't safe. I believe that people aren't safe with him being here, you know. I can't cross over that side of the street, but I can stay on this side. I apologise if it's a bit of a mad video, but you know, just want to show you sometimes that these people live in our communities and we don't even know they're here. You know, oh, this is a nice bus stop. It's a nice bus stop, and there's a nice view from this bus stop. I'll just turn the camera around. Yeah. No, I best get out. I'm not waiting for a bus. I'm just sort of standing in the bus stop, aren't I, really? You know. But, you know. So anyway, enough of my pretty face. I'm going to carry on going for my walk. Now, I'm allowed to walk down here, not allowed to cross over the road down there. Certain areas I can't walk, but I can go this way. So yeah, so it's a bit of a nightmare when I'm driving, to be fair, because I can't turn left out of my own street. I can turn left, but then I have to turn left again. I can't go straight out of the main road from my own street. You know, a bit of an inconvenience, but you know, who cares? You know, it's worth it. You know. So I'll turn. I mean, I can go. I can walk all the way up here, but I'm going to go back the way I came because I think it's a better route, you know. It's a better route this way. mean, for all the people that have been watching what's going on, they obviously know what the situation is. They know that there's, you know, I put a post out the other day and it's been seen over 100,000 times. So if that's been seen over 100,000 times, then obviously people are watching. It's been shared hundreds of times. This abuser needs stopping. He needs stopping in his tracks. It's not acceptable that these people are released from prison and then put back in our communities. There to face, there so that the survivors of these horrendous crimes are then faced with the possibility of having to see these offenders in the street, having to open the doors and, you know, having to worry about bumping into them. It's not fair, is it? Let's be honest. It's not fair at all. You know. So I'll cut down here because I'm allowed on this side of the road here. And I'll just go the areas where I'm allowed. And where I'm not allowed is up there. I'm not allowed up that street. So, you know, not allowed up there. So, it's crazy when they protect the abusers, isn't it? They protect the abusers. I'm hoping that nothing comes of it, of course, you know. The allegations made are completely false. You know, I did put out a statement on Facebook the day before I was arrested. I think that's why he's rattled. Or that's why this creature's rattled, because he's now scared. He's now scared, and people don't like being scared, do they? You know, and he's scared for a reason. He's scared because what he did was wrong, and he's definitely a wrong'un. And he has no right in this community. He has no right to live in our community. In my opinion, he has no right to life at all. But that's between him and God. Now, I have conflicted feelings, of course. The Bible tells me different things. It tells me an eye for an eye. This man blinded my grandson. This excuse of a human being. This waste of air. This waste of life. Abuses children, abused multiple children. Multiple children. There's massive failings by the system. But these things happen, don't they? And we all just accept it. No, I'm sorry. Not on my watch. Not on my watch at all. But yeah. So this is a nice street. As I used to live here. There's a nice view on that side, and there's also a nice view that side. And I live back up here, where I am allowed. You know, when you have an abuser that lives so close by, your grandson's abuser, you can imagine how I feel about it, can't you? You know? Anyway, I'll continue with my walk. I'll go the other way rather than show you where I'm allowed, where I can drive. So I can walk down this street. I'm allowed to walk down here. I'm allowed to walk here. So I'm allowed to walk to this corner and no further. Then I have to cross the road and I have to go over here because of my bail conditions. And I have those bail conditions because there's a dirty nonce lives down there and I'm not allowed anywhere near him in case I allegedly chop his head off. So this is where I am. But I'm allowed down this way because I live just up here. I'm not allowed down there. Make of that what you will. You think the system's broken? I do. I think we should better call a nonce a nonce. I think we should better call a wrong and a wrong. I think we should better call a beast a beast. And I think we should be able to get them out. Get them out of our communities. Because it's not acceptable. And we're not going to take it anymore, are we? You know? It's not fair. Not fair on our children. Not fair on the children in our communities. Not fair on our families. It's not fair on our nation. And something's got to change. Something has to change, and it has to change now. So enough is enough. An eye for an eye. A tooth for a tooth. A foot for a foot. Justice has to be done. Thank you for watching.